It was around the year 1600 that this short but intense love story took place. It's the story of two teenagers who wanted nothing more than to be together forever. The two richest and most powerful old families lived in the beautiful city. They were the Capulets and the Montagues. The two families had a hatred for each other that went back centuries. In fact, the feeling was so strong that even the smallest thing could start them bickering violently. But one day, when they were all tired of the suffering caused by the fighting, the centuries of hate would come to a head. This is the great love story of Romeo and Juliet. It was a lovely summer morning when the most important citizens headed for the center of town for the weekly Sunday Mass.
Here you are.
Thank you, madam. Have a nice day.
Suddenly, the servants of the house of Capulet ran into those of the house of Montague. Just like always, they were starting to trade insults.
Are you looking for a fight, sir?
Looking for a fight, sir? No, sir.
Just as an armed battle was about to start, along came young Benvolio of Montague and Tybalt of Capulet.
That's what you think. Knock it off, dimwits. Put your swords away. You don't know what you're doing.
What? Do you draw your sword against these lowly cowards? Turn around, Benvolio. Fight like a man.
Unable to avoid the fight, which would lead to even more hate and bad consequences, hearing the racket, the lords Capulet and Montague appeared instead of avoiding trouble.
What's going on? What? Oh my God! Fighting again?
It's your fault.
They began to insult each other ferociously, and their mutual ill
I'll put an end to you once and for all.
will lead them into a pitched battle. Many citizens, tired of the violence, didn't realize that trying to put an end to so much intolerance only made things worse.
Tired of this.
But this morning was the limit. The prince finally lost his patience.
My lord, the Montagues and Capulets are fighting again.
Suddenly, to everyone's surprise, a heavy guard showed up to restore order and clear the way for Princess Scarlet,
The prince is coming!
the highest authority of the city,
The prince is coming!
who had absolute power over everybody.
If you cause any more disturbances in our streets, you'll pay for the loss of our peace with your freedom. This time, for the last time, you may go.
The warning had been given. From this moment forth, they would have to be very careful.
Let's go.
Lord and Lady Montague asked Benvolio about what happened and tried to find out why their son Romeo wasn't there.
Where's Romeo? Have you seen him today?
I saw your son walking very early. As soon as he caught sight of me, he took off into the woods.
Many of the mornings he has been seen there, adding his tears to the fresh morning dew.
Do you know why, noble uncle?
I don't know. If we only knew where all his grief comes from, we would be glad to console him.
I'll find out the reason for his pain.
Please don't
Benvolio knew he would find him alone in the middle of the forest, for Romeo was a young man full of thoughts of love and romance, who preferred the solitude and quiet of the fields to the violence and noise which reigned in the city lately. Suddenly Benvolio hears some musical notes from Romeo's guitar.
There you are. I found you.
And finds him sitting quietly next to the brook. He always wandered about there, drawing, reading a good book, or playing his guitar when he felt inspired, trying to get away from the noise.
Good morning, cousin.
Is the day still so new?
It's past 9. What sadness makes Romeo's hours longer?
I don't have what would make them shorter.
Love?
Love is a smoke made with the steam of sighs. When it is given, it is like a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes.
Romeo tells Benvolio of his sorrow, but keeps secret the name of the one he is so in love with. His friend tries to make him feel better and get him to go to the plaza like every morning to meet his other close friend,
Careful.
Mercutio.
Follow my advice. Stop thinking about her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving freedom to your eyes. Gaze upon other beauties.
That is another way to make her beauty more exquisite.
Meanwhile, in the gardens of the Capulet castle, Paris, a young gentleman who is a relative of Princess Scalus, visits the lord of the house to make an important request.
What do you say to my proposal?
My child is still a stranger in the world. She hasn't seen the change of 14 years.
Others younger than her are happy mothers.
And those who are so young are so ruined. But court her, gentle Paris. Win her heart. This evening I will give a feast according to the ancient custom, and you are welcome there. Hey, Peter, come here.
Lord Capulet is very pleased with the idea and calls his servant Peter to let everyone know about the great feast.
You go through the streets of the city, and all those names you see written on this paper, invite them for tonight.
Yes, sir, right away.
Well then, until tonight.
Goodbye.
Paris is excited about getting the approval of Juliet's father and hurries to his castle to begin the preparations. Lord Capulet is anxious and goes to tell his wife the news. Meanwhile, Peter,
I'll go tell Juliet this very moment.
Let's not lose even a moment.
Worried because he cannot read,
You, let's go.
Yes.
What are you waiting for?
hurries to the center of the city to begin giving out invitations to the great feast.